following program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.
Dedicated to empowering you with information,
to make positive choices,
and be advocates for your overall well-being.
Welcome to The Health View.
As a not-for-profit organization, we have a cause. Our cause is to strengthen our community, to make our community a better place for area residents and for our members. Each year, the YMCA of Greater Nashua welcomes more than 30,000 people at our facilities. Everyone is welcome at the YMCA. It doesn't matter what your ability is, your age, your gender, your education, your income level, everyone is welcome. Our real focus is on strengthening our community, and we do that through three primary areas of focus: healthy living, youth development, and social responsibility.
I always can look forward to, after like a hard day at school, like coming here and just getting to like be myself and be with my friends from swim.
I feel like the Y has changed my outlook on people in general. Just seeing the way the staff there interacts with people.
I think at my age, which is 81, I'm able to work and work out. And I believe that the combination of those two are my longevity.
They very much geared the program to every individual so that you were getting the absolute most out of the program.
It's about healthy change as a family unit. We hold family events. We do hikes through Mines Falls. We have a healthy potluck dinner. The kids are really impactful on their parents, and the family changes. That's what the Y is about. It's about one little thing that's healthy and good that spreads.
For me, it's been really great and rewarding to be involved with watching the kids grow and seeing what opportunities that they have and helping to maybe give them something else to think about.
Getting ready for college, the Y has definitely been helpful with all the skills I've needed. I would love eventually to not only be a dance teacher, but to open my own studio, and seeing my dance teachers and how they run things, like they're a really good inspiration for what I want to be when I get older. So the Y has definitely been a good place to grow up.
We chose the Y because we just felt it was really well-rounded. For a little boy, we thought it was a great place to come because they had activities every day such as swim and art and things that just kept him active. And we also felt that the quality of teachers were wonderful.
I tell my friends it's definitely probably my top thing to do for the summer. Like, I love coming here to see all my camp friends and doing all these new games that I never usually play.
Seeing the kids get really close with each other at camp is really fulfilling for me as a counselor, as well as just me as a person.
We are a family. My folks bring their adult children. Their adult children bring their younger children to come and take the classes. So I've seen and met their generations. So it's a very heartwarming feeling.
The thing that is great to me is the people that I interact with, the staff, the members, the volunteers that come together, not because they have to, but because they want to belong or they want to be a part of a great organization.
I met a lot of friends here and created some really good friendships, and it turned out to be a very important part of my life.
Being at the Y for all these years has always been supportive, and all the people and everything, it's just been a great experience, and I'm definitely glad that I was at the Y and not another studio.
I love to go to Prescribe the Y classes, and I'm like, yay!
I would say this is the job I got up in the morning for and smiled every day to come here. It's just it's an honor to do this.
I've met so many friends on this team that I'll probably have for a very long time.
Welcome to the Health View. I'm Yvonne Dunitz. Today we're going to be talking about the YMCA with my guest Michael LaChance, who's the CEO. Welcome, Michael.
Thank you, Yvonne.
The YMCA is an organization that a lot of people don't even realize the depth and the breadth of it. Could we start about what's its mission?
Sure. Well, the mission of our local YMCA is to instill values, to provide opportunities for lifelong personal growth and development of a healthy spirit, mind, and body. And we primarily do that through 3 areas of focus: youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility. So of the hundreds of programs that we provide locally to our community, all of them fall within those 3 areas of focus.
And the community that you serve is where? You have more than one facility.
Yeah, we're blessed. We have 5 different facilities across southern New Hampshire, with our primary focus, well, our roots, I'll say, started in Nashua in 1887. And we still have a facility in the city since that time. Those 5 facilities, we have 2 in Nashua, 1 in Merrimack, and we have 2 camps, Camp Sargent in Merrimack and Camp Spalding, which is located in Concord.
And where are those facilities located as far as your buildings? You said you had 2 in Nashua. Where can people find them?
Sure. So right off of exit 8, between next to Stello Stadium, we have that facility at 24 Stadium Drive. We have one at 90 Northwest Boulevard, which just opened 3 weeks ago.
Really? And what's
Yes.
there?
That's called the Westwood Park YMCA. Westwood Park is the business complex that it resides in.
And what's located there that you
That's
don't
a
have?
full YMCA,
It is.
minus a pool.
Really?
Yes, and that was the former Nashua Sports Academy, which operated for the past 5 years, and it became a YMCA back at the end of March.
That's amazing. And is that because you were just growing in leaps and bounds and needing more facilities to be able to meet the need?
It's a little bit of that. So this past year we served about 35,000 area residents through our facilities and our programs. And what we did is we did a detailed market analysis to identify the areas of the city and our surrounding towns where we had some gaps and we were underserving some of the populations. So we looked at different areas, different communities, and identified that region northwest of Nashua as an area that we wanted to reach out and serve a few more people.
Wow. So you have that new one that just opened.
Yes,
Congratulations.
thank you.
And you have the one right by the high school and the police station right there in Nashua. And then you have the other one in Merrimack.
That's in Merrimack at 6 Henry Clay Drive.
And then you mentioned you have 2 camps.
Camp Sargent has been operating since 1924 on Lake Natticook in Merrimack.
Wow.
On Camp Sargent Road. That's a day camp on 22 acres.
And that's a summer day camp.
That's a summer day camp.
And who is that open to?
It's open to any area resident. Same with any of our other programs. There's no restrictions that you have to live in that particular community to belong to the YMCA.
So the YMCA is through membership.
That's correct.
And how does one become a member of the YMCA?
Anybody can become a member of the Y. We do have financial assistance available. In fact, last year we provided about $800,000 in financial assistance to local residents who could not afford to belong to the YMCA on their own or to participate in some different programs. And those monies are generated through fundraising that we do as an organization, our supporters in the community, businesses, foundations, and individuals.
And it's a perfect time to ask, who do you collaborate with in the community?
Wow. Who don't we collaborate with? Last year it was about 75 different partners that we have, and many of those are other not-for-profits. So we provide opportunities to be able to serve their clients through our facilities. We're blessed to have some nice facilities because of the support of the community, and we need to be able to share those with others in the community as well. So we provide free space to other not-for-profits. Some of them don't have their own buildings to have their meetings, and some are looking for other facilities to be able to serve their clients, so we make those available.
What are you most proud of about the YMCA?
What am I most proud
and
of?
what the role that
Wow.
you play in it all? Because you've been the director there for many years.
25 years, yes,
So
I've been
you've seen
blessed.
a lot of growth and change and have been instrumental in the movement and the vision forward of the organization.
Well, thank you. It's too kind, Yvonne, but really, I'm blessed. I'm the one that's blessed. We have so many great staff and volunteers helping to further the mission of the Y, to strengthen our community and to make our community a better place. And through those relationships, we're able to reach out and have contact with so many others to provide services directly to them. And it's not uncommon, for instance, for the superintendent of schools or the mayor's office or somebody else in the community to reach out and say, Mike, or other staff from the Y, can you help with this issue that we're having in the community? And it's not that they're looking at the Y by ourselves. It's that we can be a collaborator with many other organizations.
Of course.
So we partner with the Boys and Girls Club and Girls Inc. and many others to provide quality programs and services and fill some of the needs in our community.
What is the strategic plan for the YMCA?
So we have a strategic plan that's been in place for 2 years now. We're in the process of updating that. And the way I'm updating that is reaching out to about 40 different community leaders across Southern New Hampshire to get their feel about what the needs are around their area or the people that they serve or Southern New Hampshire as a whole. And we take that feedback and we look at how we can address some of those issues and how we can always partner with others to make an impact as well. So it's not that we feel as though we can go out and do it all ourselves. You know, there's some serious issues that are happening in our community that we're not the best resource. There's many others who have much more expertise on, but if we can help them to address that issue in some way, let's do that.
So in your 3 facilities that you have, do they basically offer the same programs and services?
No, we try to mix things up a little bit. So for instance, this new facility that we've just opened up, that was the Nashua Sports Academy. So it has 4 basketball courts. It has an indoor turf field. So some of the sports programs that we've had offered out of our other facilities, we're shifting over to that location. But at the same time, it allows us to do some other things that we haven't been able to do.
Like what?
So furthering our partnership to be able to serve more organizations and others. So for instance, right now, we're sitting here on a Friday afternoon. Opportunity Networks is over there with many of their clients and many of their individuals that they serve because we have the space to be able to allow that to happen. Having one gymnasium in our Merrimack and our Nashua facility, we don't always have the space available to be able to provide to others and to our own self for different programs. So that works out well. The other thing that we're going to be doing at Westwood Park is opening an outdoor aquatic center.
Really?
So think about a nice outdoor pool for the summer months for our area residents with an outdoor splash pad for the children.
Wonderful. When will that be available?
That'll be for next summer. So Memorial Day of 2020 that will open.
How exciting.
Yeah.
That's very exciting. And the other types of programs that you offer and services?
So last year was a little over 325 different programs that we offered. And you know, some of the larger programs that most people think about, swim instruction for young children. You know, drowning is the second leading cause of accidental death for children under the age of 12. So whatever we can do to help educate and to teach young children how to swim, that's a value to everyone. Childcare programs. We offer after school and full day childcare to roughly about 400 children on a daily basis between our different facilities. Summer camp programs, we average about 1,100 children on a daily basis throughout our different facilities. Outside of that, we have the arts is a huge area for us. So in addition to dance and performing arts, we have theater, we have music instruction, we have creative writing programs for children. Our wellness programs, everything from obesity prevention programs to Live Strong, which is a cancer survivor program. We have yoga, Pilates for individuals of all ages. You know, when we get into looking at the mission of the organization, we can dive a little bit deeper and hear what the needs are from our community, hear what the needs are from the members that we serve, and identify programs that can help further that mission.
And so the ages that you reach are from little ones all the way up?
Yeah, from birth to cradle to grave, we say sometimes.
Really?
Yeah.
So in the birth components, do you offer daycare and things like that?
We do. We actually offer infant care starting at 6 weeks of age. Some moms and dads that have to get back to work almost immediately, we're providing that service for them.
In each of the facilities?
That's primarily based out of our Merrimack facility. So again, going back to your initial question, we have different programs that might be geared a little bit differently in each of the different facilities. We didn't want to have 3 duplicate facilities.
So there's some uniqueness to each
Exactly.
one of them.
And they're close enough to each other, roughly about 6 miles apart from each other, that it still allows area residents to be able to go to each one of those.
And by being a member, you can go to any of them
That's correct.
at any time.
That's correct.
The other interesting thing about the YMCA, it's not only just within the city of Nashua or in the state of New Hampshire, there are YMCAs all across the country.
That's right.
And if you belong to a YMCA, and you'll say you're traveling, and there's a YMCA in the city or town you're going to, you can use your membership there.
That's correct.
Is that correct?
Yeah, so the 2,700 YMCAs that are located across the country, you can feel free to walk into any one of those with your membership card and you can feel at home.
Isn't that amazing? And it's also globally throughout the world.
119 different countries across the globe. Now, most people might think of their why based on their experiences, but as they travel, each why is going to be a little bit differently. So a why that you might see in Ethiopia, for instance, which is going to focus on HIV prevention and job education, is going to be much different from a why that you might see in Nashua, New Hampshire. But so every one of those whys operate a little bit differently. And many of those are run just by volunteers. They don't have any paid staff to make them happen.
Fascinating. And is there a collaboration between all of those whys and sharing resources and helping one another out and working together as a global community at all?
There is, and it goes back down to a local group of neighborhood whys. In talking about the U.S. right now, then the state organization is the State Alliance. I'm actually the chairperson for the State Alliance of YMCAs. Then you get into regions, so the East Field. So we have a collaboration of YMCAs in Maine, Vermont, and New Hampshire that get together on a regular basis to share ideas, to share feedback, and to help each other become a little bit stronger. Then you get across the entire U.S., and then there is the world movement of YMCAs across the globe that get together on an annual basis to share ideas, share resources.
That's amazing. And what does the YMCA stand for?
The YMCA was originally founded in 1844. And so at that time when it was originally founded, it was looking at young Christian men who were living outside the city of London, who were going into the city for work to be able to support their families. And what they looked at is what they called the evils of society. You know, the pubs and taverns and brothels and everything else that was in the inner city of London, and they didn't want to be a part of that. So they created this group of young Christian men, hence the name, the Young Men's Christian Association, to provide fellowship, positive experiences and positive environment for them and for other young men in the area. When it first came to Nashua in 1887, same thing, it was 8 church leaders that came together to form this group for young men. And since that time, it's evolved into much more than that, where we actually serve more women than we do men. The only thing that really stands, and we serve people of all different religions as well, so it's not just for young Christian men. So we did some rebranding about 10 years ago, and we really call ourselves the Y, because when people say where they're going to the Y, they're not going to the Young Men's Christian Association. But again, it's open to anybody.
What's very interesting about the facilities, they're beautiful. You keep them well, and you can see that your staff take pride in what they do, and it's clean, and it's a nice place to go, and you get a sense of community. How would one become a member of the Y, and is it difficult for them to do that?
Hopefully it's not difficult, and if it is, I want to hear about that so we can look to see what barriers we might need to get rid of. Anybody can become a member of the Y, providing that you're a positive contributing member of society. And what I mean is we want positive people to be involved with our Y. And but all they need to do is stop by the Y or call the Y or visit our website, nmymca.org. And I recommend stopping by so you can see what you're getting, get a feel and talk with the staff and the volunteers that are there to make sure it's what you're really looking for and what you want. And one of the first questions that we should be asking is, what are you looking for? How can we help you to become stronger, to become more confident, to whatever you might be looking for, develop a new skill, meet some other people in the community. Many times it's people coming into our community who belong to a Y in a different community, or they're looking to get involved and meet others. So it's a community in that regard. The social community is so important.
Which is critical, because without that, people don't live long.
That's right. We have many people that come to the Y that don't necessarily use the facilities, but they come together and they want to be a part. Human contact.
Yes, critically important in our whole life. And you also have lifestyle coaches, or coaches that actually will help people. Can you explain a little bit about that?
Sure. So when somebody first joins, we put together a program we call the Wellness Recipe. So again, it's finding out what somebody's looking for. For some people, it might be maybe they want to lose some weight, or maybe they just want to build their self-confidence, or maybe they just want to be around others. And so we can help to put a program together to help them on their journey.
Which is wonderful to be able to do that, because you offer like 3 visits to be able to have that follow-up, the initial and follow-up, to make sure you're on board. You have a wonderful track there too, which is very interesting. I know at the local Nashua Y, the track was designed in a certain way to make sure that people do not have any repercussions on their body related to their knees and their legs. Can you explain a little bit about the thought behind what you've established?
Yeah, so what we did is we put a recycled rubber track around the entire second floor of the facility. And don't think of a track as just being a facility that you have to walk or run on. You know, you do have to do those, I guess, but we have moms pushing babies in a stroller. We have individuals using it in their wheelchairs, or their canes, or their walkers. It doesn't matter what your ability is, or what your physical challenge might be. You can feel that you're a part of something, and that you are getting healthier at the same time.
The costs of the Y to become a member.
Sure.
What is that about, and what if people can't afford it?
Sure. So the standard cost, let's take a family, a 2-adult family with children, would be $79 a month. And for that fee, you get, again, all of our facilities. You get some programs. Some programs are going to have an extra cost. So, for instance, swim instruction, if there's dedicated staff that have to be teaching that program. And that's on a monthly basis. There's no commitment. You're not signing a contract that you have to commit to X number of days. We have a 30-day guarantee. So if you come in and within that 30-day period you feel as though it's just not right for you, for whatever reason, we'll refund it 100% with no questions asked. If you can't afford that, financial assistance that I talked about earlier is available.
Yes, you did.
So it's a sliding fee scale based on the income of the family
Okay.
and of the number of people in the family.
So in other words, you're making it open enough so that if anybody really wanted to participate as an individual or family for their own health and well-being, there's no reason they can't.
No, and that's the most expensive fee. So that's a 2-adult family. We have 1-adult family memberships. We have couples. We have seniors. We have senior couple. We have young adults, which are going to be individuals 29 years of age down to 18. Knowing that many young adults, either graduating high school, going through college, getting their first job, don't have a lot of disposable income, so we want to make that available. And then also fees for youth and teens as well.
And your staff that you have, how do you find such wonderful staff?
Many times it's talking with them and identifying people with the positive personality that we're looking for. That can be friendly, that can be open, that wants to be there for the right reason, to help others become stronger. And we can always, for the most part, train the skills to give them to help do the job. We've got to have the right personality first. Other times, people come to us with both. They'll have the personality and they'll have the skills. And last year we had about 450 employees that worked for our local YMCA.
Wow.
And another 1,000 volunteers that donate their time, whether that is to serve on a board or on the committee, on a committee, or to teach a skill, or to just be available to lend support in a different way. Maybe it's helping at the Welcome Center, or just being around to help bring people together.
And you mentioned that you have a lot of volunteers. And if people wanted to volunteer, how would they?
Yes. Again, if they just reach out to our website, nmymca.org, that's Nashua Merrimack, ymca.org, and there's a volunteer section, one of the tabs. And if that's still an issue for them to find that on the website, if they want to call one of our local Ys, they can do that or stop by.
Excellent. Now, how is the Y funded?
So we're funded through 3 primary areas. Membership fees for people to belong to the organization, program fees that people pay to participate in different programs, and then the third is through contributions. So this past year, it was roughly about $800,000 in contributions that help to support the organization. So those fees primarily are going to the financial aid program that we have, as well as certain select programs that we offer at little or no charge to the community.
So when you say contributions, are they coming, where is it coming from? Individuals, corporate
It's a combination of all of those. We're not a government-funded organization, so we receive local, private contributions from our members, from individuals in the community, from local businesses, local family foundations, and some national foundations as well.
And if people wanted to contribute to your organization, how might they do that?
Sure. Again, that great website that we have, nmymca.org, there's a how to give. There's a section right on there.
If we were to summarize the most important information about the Y, what would you want people to know?
We're trying to overcome our perception. Many people in the community, and not just here in Nashua, but across the U.S., when they think of the Y, they think of gym and swim facilities or childcare or camping. And really, we're so much more than that. I shared a little bit today about some of the different types of programs that we have.
Tell us about how much more you are.
Yeah.
What you want people to
know,
know.
for instance, we work in close partnership with the city of Nashua and the school district to provide summer school programming last year to 350 children in the Title I schools in the city. So we're actually hiring the teachers and running a program in cooperation with the 21st Century Program, the Nashua School District. In the town of Hudson, several years ago, the school administration came to us and said, you know what, we're having an issue with kids transitioning from kindergarten to first grade. Can you guys come in and help? And so our staff came together with the staff at the school district, and we created a program called Superhero Training Academy. And that program focused on showing that each one of those kindergarten children are a superhero. They're a superhero to themselves, to their family, to their friends, to their school, to their community. And Yvonne, what makes you a superhero would be one of the first questions that we would ask. And Yvonne would say, well, I can jump really high. And so that's wonderful, Yvonne. You are the highest jumper. Just trying to do everything that we can to make that child feel really special and develop their confidence. And, you know, the school district, they were dealing with some behavioral issues. They were dealing with anxiety for those children, just kindergarten children.
Of course.
And so that program that we created in cooperation with the teachers, we would go into the school once a week for an hour and spend some time with them. And the teachers came back and the district guidance counselor came back at the end of the program and said, you know, it's working.
Great.
The children want to be there. It's positive. So those types of programs. Fast forward 3 years and the school district comes back to us again and they say, you know what, we're having a similar program with our 7th graders. Behavioral issues, not attendance issues, substance abuse, on and on and on, all kinds of issues that a 14-year-old might be dealing with. And they gave us a classroom in the Hudson Middle School. And we created what we call the Hudson YMCA Achievement Center. And again, it's focused on how can we make those students feel great about themselves, because the issue that we were identifying pretty quickly was low self-esteem, confidence not there. And so once we could start turning that around, we could see the culture change with those students, with the school, and grades start to change. Attendance starts to improve. The rate of in-school and out-of-school suspensions drop dramatically. So it's those types of programs that most people don't realize that your local Y does.
And you're making
many
a
others.
huge difference.
Well,
And-
in partnership with others.
And on the opposite side, and in the aging aspects, I know you've done some programs for Parkinson's patients.
That's correct.
The cycling program.
We
and
do,
Like
and-
the cancer programs.
Yes.
And
So local pediatricians came to us about 6 years ago, and they said, you know what, there's a national epidemic with obesity, especially young children.
Sure.
And if it continues, that group of kids under the age of 12 are going to have a shorter lifespan than their parents for the first time in U.S. history. So
Wow.
we've got to do something about this. But we as pediatricians, we don't have a program that we can refer the parents to, or the kids. And so can you create something? So again, our staff came together with the pediatricians and they created a program called Prescribe the Why. And it's a 12-week program. We provide, it's free, nutrition education, physical education on a weekly basis. We take them on field trips to go to a local supermarket and learn how to read food labels and identify what is good for you and what's not. Teach them how to prepare foods at home.
Excellent.
And so that program evolved into, and we give them a Y membership for 6 months for free for the entire family as well, because we want to support the family. That program then evolved into Live Strong at the Y, which working with local oncologists to find a program to support individuals who have gone through treatment for cancer and need to get stronger, need to improve their balance, need to feel better about themselves. And so that program has been running for a couple of years now.
So for people to find out more about the why, where would they go?
nmymca.org, or just walk in the doors of one of your local Ys.
You are doing a fantastic job and we really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Yvonne.
Until next time.
The preceding program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.